Due respect to people who say that I don't know about the horrors of anti-Semitic history, and this is part of where my mom shouldn't have made me delete my previous videos. I can tell you that to this day I have relatives that will not admit that we are Jewish. One, because people still continue to delegitimize the people who are Jewish and say, oh, there's no Jewish ethnicity or whatever. Oh, being a Jew is just being part of a, part of a religious group, or better yet, oh, Jews are different than Israelites, and, we've been down that path before. And because of arguments like that, where the Jewish people are being delegitimized as an ethnic group, we have people who will use the convenient excuse, well, I'm not part of the Jewish religion, so I can't possibly be Jewish. And that's one of the arguments my dad and granddad are trying to use, because they are so uncomfortable with what happened to great granddad in the pogroms that they can't admit that we're Jews. They can't admit that the people who tried to kill great granddad are still bothering them. They can't admit that something did happen in our past, that in terms of what great grandma Gatus did, and I'm moving on to another point because this is important too, and I had said this in previous videos, they can't admit that there were even times where we as the Jewish people betrayed other Jewish people across religious lines. We, to put it politely, fucked up. And I mentioned this because I have another relative who got angry at me because I talked about the letters again. Well, if they weren't really that incriminating, and I mentioned this previously in other videos, if they weren't that incriminating, why the hell won't my grandma and my great aunt release them? What the hell's the big deal? If my relatives were just simply asking for money, you know what, they can try to sweep it under the rug and all that. I know it's because they are uncomfortable with admitting that our non-Messianic relatives reached out to us and we betrayed them. We betrayed them. They were desperate. They reached out to Christians. They said, hey, these guys may have converted. We may have sat Shiva for them, but this is our last chance to get out of Hungary before they kill us. And what do? And no wonder people will try to say, well, they're Jewish, you're not. And as I said again, the convenient excuse. Oh boy, I gotta go. Talk to you later.